Hello, everyone. This is Anson. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. And well, I don't need to share the screen just yet. I'm going to go ahead and look in the chat area to make sure that you guys, loud and clear. Thank you very much, Terry. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. This is going to be a quick one. I like to run through these, but it's going to be chock full of good information. That was a great boot camp yesterday. Thank you, Beth, for doing that. Amazing stuff with branding yourself and kind of starting that process. It's just good things to do in general here. Okay, we still got some more people that are just jumping on here. Oops. Okay, let's see here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. So today what I want to do is kind of dovetail off of what Beth was talking about in terms of like branding yourself. She was also talking about like getting yourself out there on your social networks. And when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you are you're kind of sharing a consistent theme as to who you are, right? A consistent brand. So one thing that I want to add to that is your profile. So when you're coming up with your brand, and hopefully a lot of you already have, you also want to make sure your profile is consistent with your brand. Okay. So if you have information or pictures or videos or anything on your current news feed that is totally incongruent, then just go ahead and remove those. And then obviously, if there's more that you want to add in terms of videos and pictures that are kind of follow along with your brand, then go ahead and add those. So once you've created that brand, which hopefully you guys already started to do, you need to get yourself out there. Right now, typically what happens when you start to try to grow your business through social networks and you start to friend people on Facebook and other networks, the first thing they do is they're going to look at your Facebook page, right? So it's got every single one of your posts, all your pictures, all your likes, and etc. So that's why I'm stressing that you basically clean up your profile, and then you also want to start adding content, right? Because that's what if there's nothing there, if you haven't posted in a year, or whatever, they're not going to be all that interested. So what you need to do is you need to start posting. Okay. Now, your posts can be super simple, right? They don't have to be like, extremely witty or funny or, motivational. It can be something as simple as like, good morning. Hope you guys have a great day. Something you just want to start that getting used to kind of posting. And so for today's activity is going to be over the course of today, tomorrow, and Sunday, posting, and hopefully you will continue this on past those 2 days, is posting 3 times per day. Okay. Now, again, it can be super simple stuff. You can also find something that you want to share. So you don't necessarily have to be the creator of your content. You can just share something that you've seen somebody else post. I will tell you that when you share other people's content, it doesn't that message, that share, doesn't go to nearly as many people as if you're creating your own content. Okay, so just start doing that though. Simple stuff in line with what you've identified as your brand is. And again, it doesn't have to be super, super witty, funny, interesting, you name it. Just be consistent with it and do it 3 times per day. Okay. Now there is also a good time. Wait, I got to share my screen. Hold on a second. Share screen. There we go. Okay, so there are better times to post than others. Okay, and here's a chart that I stole off of somebody. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom here. So just look at the bottom, right? So the best times to post on Facebook is 1 to 4 p.m. late in the week and on the weekends. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 1, Thursday and Friday, 1 to 4, and then Wednesday at 3 p.m. Now you don't have to be that strict about it, but those are just the most times that people are checking. Now, of course, there's different time zones. So if you have friends and all over the country or all over the world, it's going to be less important that you're doing it at a specific time. But if most of your friends are, let's say, on the East Coast, then you would want to do it in the evening or later in the week, between 1 and 4 on the East Coast. Okay, so I'm going to leave that screen up there so you guys can write that down. Okay, you'll also be able to see this on the video replay. But so for today, I want you guys to post 3 times a day, today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And I honestly, I would continue doing that in perpetuity. Because like I said at the beginning, when you try to friend somebody, or even when you comment on somebody, and what I want to do is I want to start to kind of, I want you guys to start to kind of create that social home that people are going to go to kind of find out about you, right? To see what you're all about. So that those consistent posts will just show that you're active, right? And that you're engaging, okay? And that you've got that consistent brand that Beth talked about yesterday, okay? So the other thing too, and it just had it in my brain and it just left. So it'll probably come back to me. So so start posting every day. We talked about when to post. We talked a little bit about what to post. Now, if you guys don't, you're totally I don't know what to post, you're brand new with this. If you go into your My Essential System office and then you click on Tools and you go to Social, then you'll see that we have a whole menu of posts that you can make. Now, the cool thing about these posts is that when they post to Facebook, it's all considered native content. So native content is content that you actually create, or at least that Facebook believes that you've created. So it's going to go out to a much wider audience than if you're just sharing content. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick tutorial on this section. So you click on Social. There's this shareable assets, right? You can click on this, and it's a drop-down menu. Okay, and it's going to be business, starter kit, theme classes, and then monthly promos. And in each one of them, there's also some tabs here, right? Oops, I got paid, meet our tribe, magic of 4. And then in the starter kit, there's home detox, essential oils, and flawless in 5. So you just click on any of them, and then those posts would show up. Okay, and you can share on Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Okay, so again, if you totally have no idea what to post, you can come into your office and you can use any of these posts to share to your network. Okay, so again, Beth talked about creating that brand, right? And then we're going to start to put that into action. Okay, we're going to start to get ourselves out there a little bit on our social networks. So I want you guys to post 3 times a day. Okay, on LinkedIn, Facebook. You don't have to do all of them. Just pick maybe 1 or 2, but just start being consistent. Okay, consistent. Okay, then the next thing is we want to start to broaden our. Hold on, there's a chat here. Oh, here's a question: how often do we post from MES versus personal posts or inspirational? In terms of the MES stuff, this is none of it screams Young Living. It is all kind of for your business, so it's going to redirect people to your website. So I would keep that to maybe 1 every 10 posts. You would want to add Young Living stuff. Okay, so 1 out of every 10 posts, you're going to add, hey, check out this amazing product, or I got, this is how I make money, whatever that is. But yeah, keep it to 1 out of every 10. If it's just all Young Living stuff, people do get turned off by that. So and it's not really showing them who you are, right? It's showing them what you do maybe as a profession, or maybe a side profession, but it's not really showing them who you are. So the important thing about getting out there and posting all the time is you want people to be able to see and get a sense of who you are, because as Beth mentioned yesterday, who you are is who they want to join with, right? So if if you're not posting anything, or if you're posting negative stuff or critical stuff, people really don't want to be associated with that. So I would keep all the criticism, all the negativity out. If you're having a bad day, then just pretend, get back in bed and start the day over. Okay. And then when you do, make sure it's a good one. Right. So you want to keep negative, keep criticism just out of it. Right. Unless, of course, you're targeting that audience. But, my opinion, this is just my opinion. Most people in Young Living are not looking to partner with critical, negative people. So, okay. So we went over, cleaning up your profile, start posting, right? 3 times a day, make it congruent with your brand. Okay. Then the next step is going to be start to broaden your reach of people that you can connect with. Now, I'm going to do a training later in boot camp on actually how to start to engage with these people. Okay. But before we engage with these people, we want to, hold on. Excuse me. Before we engage with these people, we want to start to create that living room, if you will, where they're going to go and check out what you're all about. Right. So that's why it's super important to start posting right away. Okay. Clean up that profile, get that brand, right? So those posts are aligned with the brand. Okay. So now we're going to start to broaden that reach. Now, to broaden your reach, it's very simple. I'm going to go into Facebook, and depending on what your brand is, and your brand is like who you are, right? And so if you are somebody who, and I just going to use this because it's pretty large area that a lot of people in Young Living are into is natural living. Like, let's say you are very much into natural living. Now, you could be into dogs, cats, horses, kids, you name it. That's you, and there's people out there like you, right? So you want to start to get to know them a little bit. And the first step is to start to kind of participate in the areas where they're participating. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to use like natural living. So you just come up to your Facebook page, you go to the search bar, and you can just type in, natural living, let's say. Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to kind of show you different pages, right, and different groups that are. Oh, here's a Young Living one. Look at that. That basically talk about natural living, and everybody pretty much involved in those groups are going to be into natural living. So, and you can do natural living, you can do, just natural health, right? Natural health and wellness. So again, there's just going to be a whole assortment of different groups and pages that you can start to join or like that are going to be in line with your brand. And it's also going to be in line with the people that are interested in what you're interested in. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to go out into Facebook, and I want you to find 5 pages and 5 open groups that you're going to like and join. Okay. And it's going to be the first step, right? And then the next step, after you start posting, right? You're posting every day. We're going to then start to engage. I'm going to show you a really, really easy and effective way to start to engage with a ton of people that are just perfect people to join your business. So that's all I have for today. Okay. So again, here are the steps that I want you guys to do. I want you to clean up your profile if you already haven't. Okay. You've already set up your brand, so that should be done. Okay. I want you to start posting 3 times a day. And I gave you those times before. And then I want you to start to like 5 pages. I want you to like 5 pages that are in line with the people that would like your brand. And then I want you to join, 5 groups that are the same, that are in line with your brand. Okay. So real quick, I'm just going to see if there's any questions. Okay, great. So here's a question. How do I increase traffic? I get a few likes. That's it. Perfect. So the way you increase traffic, no joke, is by putting more content out there, posting more. If you post every, once every month, once every other, week, it's going to be, you're not going to get a lot of engagement, right? So you want to just, that it's going to be that consistent every day, 3 times a day, outflow, posting. That's what's going to start getting you traffic. Okay. Once you start doing that, then you can kind of move to the next level, as you can start to analyze what posts are getting a lot of likes, getting a lot of shares, and then you can adjust accordingly. Okay. But we're not there just yet. Okay. So guys, thanks so much for coming on. And today's Friday, so we're going to meet back again on Monday. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.